Hello, this is going to be a video on my model and what I trade, since a lot of people are very curious as to what I trade, so I'm going to keep it short and simple for you. So first, we're going to go into the daily time frame. What are we doing on the daily time frame? We look for PDAs such as, PD arrays such as imbalances, like fair value gaps, volume imbalances, stuff like that. Okay. You can mark out IFVGs, but I don't really like IFVGs, but you can still mark them out. So on the daily time frame, what can you see here? We have this NWOG that we created on market open. Okay. And we have this bullish fair value gap. Alright. So, as you can see, we already have the drawn liquidity here. We have our PD arrays, and we actually had these relative equal highs at a daily fair value gap. So let's mark that out too. And we're not really going to do anything with this, but we can assume that, after we tap the PD arrays below here, we can start going for these equal highs in the bearish fair value gap. Okay. And now we drop down onto the 4 hour, look for more PD arrays, such as, this order clock block, as TJR likes to say it. And this is also a rejection block technically. And you can go down into the 1 hour since there's nothing else left. You just have some more order blocks, and today was not really that complex. So now, after we marked out our PD arrays from the daily time frame down to the 4 hour, down to the 1 hour, you can go down to the 30-minute, but I don't like to mark out 30-minute, honestly. So, that's up to you if you want to do that. And now you need to mark out your standard deviation. How do you mark out the standard deviation? Okay. So first, I need to explain the daily power of 3, or sometimes it's called the session profiles. Okay. So basically, what this is that time moves in 3 stages. Price moves in 3 stages. Accumulation. Okay. Let me draw it for you. Okay. Where the fuck is it? Okay, you know what? Forget about it. Accumulation, basically where price goes sideways. Okay. Oh my god, bro. Okay. So you have accumulation, price goes sideways all the time, like that. Okay. And then we have manipulation. Okay. Manipulation is when price manipulates up to sweep out all these highs and creates an SMT. Okay. Price will always create an SMT when it manipulates. Always creates SMT. Okay. And then we have distribution. Okay. Then we have distribution. Alright, so now have our accumulation, okay, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. This is very important, okay? So what you want to do is you want to mark out the very last leg before the manipulation move. So you get your standard deviation. You can copy my settings, take a screenshot, whatever. So you want to get your standard deviation. If it manipulates up, you want to mark out your standard deviation on the last leg that gets its structure broken. So from the bottom to the top of the last leg before the structure got broken, you would mark it out. Okay. This is the most recent leg, okay? Break of structure, right here. The final leg, okay? I'm going to explain this very clearly. Break of structure of the final leg that creates the manipulation move, okay? And if it manipulated down, then you would have to mark it out from top to bottom, like this, okay? So now, as you can see, we created the break of structure, okay, which means the candle closed above the most previous high or low, and then it starts to manipulate up, and then we mark out our standard deviation on that last leg where the break of structure was created, like that, exactly like that, okay? So that's how you would mark out the standard deviation. Now usually this standard deviation shit, the power of 3 will happen, so accumulation will occur, accumulation during Asia session / midnight open. Asia session would be 6 p.m. open. Okay, we're not using kilozones here. 6 p.m. open would be Asia session, and midnight open would be 12 a.m. New York time. So, as you can see, we have opened up Asia session, daily open, okay? And we're already creating a bunch of accumulation here. You can use this. This counts as the part of the accumulation range. Okay. So let it play out, let it play out. Alright. Now we mark out the midnight open. Okay. So midnight open would be right here. Mark it out. Midnight open. Sorry, my hands are fucking cold as shit. So midnight open. Okay, guys. What you want to do is look for the power of 3 around these two times, around midnight open and daily open. As you can see, accumulation started around this area. So this would be our accumulation. I mean, this power of 3 already played out, so this would be our accumulation. Okay, guys? And now, what you want to do is wait for price to manipulate into one of the PD arrays, like the NWOG and the Barrett and the bullish fair value gap that we marked out on the daily time frame, okay? So now let's let it play out. Let it play out, let it play out. There you go. Okay. So right here, you manipulate into the PD arrays, the imbalances, okay? And we also, okay, this is a very important step. We also create SMT, okay? You don't want to trade without an SMT. On a higher time frame, 15-minute and up SMT, you need that, okay? Without SMT, you don't trade shit, okay? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. You would mark out the standard deviation about right here, okay? As you can see, it created the break of structure right here, okay? Break of structure, if it would let me fucking place it, okay? break of structure. This is where you would mark out the leg, where it creates the break of structure and taps in to the PD race. This would be called the true manipulation leg, okay? True manipulation. As you can see, it starts to reject when we get into the first expansion zone. So this would be first expansion zone. First expansion zone. This is a zone where you just want to be trading in, okay? And as you can see, we tap into it. You can extend it out until the max expansion. Okay, this would from the 3.5 to the 4.5 would be the max expansion. Okay. So price rejected off the first expansion zone, created SMT, tapped into our PD array. So now what do we want to do? We want to go down to the 2 minute. Okay, go down to the 2 minute, and as you can see, we start to reject a lot. But one thing we need, there's only one more thing we need. We need another SMT. Yeah, we need another SMT. We need to create a double SMT, which gets induced a lot. Okay, this happens all the fucking time. Price will create SMT and then create a double SMT. As you can see right here, creates a double bullish SMT so it can take longs. What you want to do now, okay, you want to set a limit at the CE, or the center of this wick. This would be the rejection block, the true rejection block that you would enter off of. Okay, it also rejected off of this rejection block, which happens to line up with the CE of the second rejection block. So this is literally the A+++ trade. This is textbook right here, okay? And now we see what happens. We get tagged in right now. Yep, there we go. You set your stop loss at the where the SMT low is, okay? Where the SMT low is, where it created the SMT. So the SMT low right here, okay? Not at this low, okay, because you would get stopped out, but at this low. All right, so set your stop loss right there. We can set a 10-point stop loss, which is what I usually like to do, but if you want to de-risk, you can also put it right here. And then your TP. Okay. Take profits are usually data highs. Okay. We had data highs right here at 8:30, which is my take profit for today. Data high wick. And then it would be also relative equal highs slash relative equal lows. I should probably set lows too slash relative equal lows. So as you can see, we had where is it? We had relative equal highs right here around where London high was. Okay, so you would mark this out too. Alright, and also session liquidity. So you would mark out where is it? London highs, which was where the standard deviation was projected. So that would be even a much stronger draw on liquidity. So London high, you can go for London highs and Asia highs right here. Asia highs. I like to use the power of 3 candle actually to determine my TP, so that's also part of it. You can use the power of 3 candle. You can copy my settings here. I use the daily time frame. I don't use midnight open, so yeah. You can also go for that. Asia highs, relative equal highs. You have a bunch of liquidity you can go for here. You can also go for midnight or daily open. Midnight or daily open. So for daily open, you would only go for a daily open if there is an end dog. Okay, a noticeable end dog, not like a small ass volume imbalance, like an actual gap. Okay, you wouldn't trade to this because there's no like actual huge gap. If it was a huge gap like the new week opening gap like this, then yes, you could trade to it. Okay, so these would be your take profits. Okay, me personally, I like to go for the data high wick today since, you know, it's December, it's holiday week. You don't want to be aiming for the stars. Alright, so yeah, we can watch this play out now. Play out, play out, play out. As you can see, this is why you don't set it at the SMT right here. Okay, you set it at the low of the SMT. It actually also created another another bullish SMT, so you could have entered off that too. And we can just watch it play out now. Market opens, destroys it, bro. You can't tell me that this shit doesn't work, okay? You literally can't. This was about 123 points in under an hour. So yeah, that's the entire model. You can assume now that, you know, oops, hold on. You can assume now that we're probably going to go for, you know, the bearish valley gap, these equal highs right here. So that's going to be our next draw on liquidity. So yeah, I mean, that's the entire model. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM on TikTok or Instagram, and I'll reply to you as soon as I can.